Hello and welcome. This is Diana and you are watching Holistic Vibes, Life Path 33. This is going to be like an archetype reading, kind of looking at like what's been kind of coming up in your current reality, like reflection of environment. And this is going to be for the sign of Aries. So wherever Aries is in your chart, like this is going to kind of be, it's like a light and a dark attribute. Yeah, it's something in regards to a mother, in regards to addictions, insight, codependency, understanding like how to have the desire of the way shower, of the person who is shining the light, leading the light, being the light, operating out of a state of Christ consciousness versus a state of blockade, a disconnection to inner self. It's the being outside of your current reality, and then the neutrality of where you're at currently, right? Is like understanding that these are both attributes that you carry within yourself, but they're no longer running the show, right? Like you're stepping into a state where you are no longer like controlled by your addictions, by your patterning, by your what the current reality has told you you deserve. It's kind of like you're going outside of that environment and you're calling for divine justice. Oh, somebody heard it when you rippled into the ethers that whatever was done against you be kind of called forward. I don't know. I mean, there's like kind of like somebody didn't see the justice that was coming, and regardless of circumstances, still understanding that everything is like a leap of faith, everything is like a getting into a state of neutrality where you can just be in the moment, where you can enjoy in the flow of like what is happening, and you're not dwelling on the things that have been out of your control thus far, right? They're happening around you, they're unfolding around you, and you're just kind of feeling like you're part of the ride, and then like something flips. There's some kind of a recognition that's happening. It's like if something happens where there's like a pivot or a shift where all of a sudden the heart-centered consciousness is fully online and awoken, and it's not looking at like your current reality, but the reality in the in-between, right? It's like you finding your center through your solitude opens up to like this divine support of what's been kind of waiting for you in the wings on the other side of like the crap that you've been experiencing, right? So like somebody had faith as everything was unfolding, as everything as the ascension was taking place. It's almost like somebody kept re-identifying that, like through intentions, like, and maybe you get a titanium rainbow quartz, like through opposition, through like all of these different things that have been unfolding over, they just said like over the last like 2 to 7 years, right? And kyanite and tiger's eye might also be something that you want to work with. They just said to put it over here. So like that can have relevance in regards to the connection to the heart-centered opening and the walking in blind faith, right? The understanding, like those that stood against you, they will have to deal with their own consequences in this process, right? Like your job is just to own your attributes of being addicted and being like the pioneer of how to overcome, right? Because as you work through these toxicities, you are essentially the mirror that is doing it for the divine counterpart or the person that you're walking with, right? Or even more importantly, like your soul family. And like you're helping them evolve to the next paradigm through this release, right? Yeah, through this understanding of like the divine connection. And who knows, maybe you've been reading like the Gnostic texts, something about like being in the in-between of the worlds, the in-between of the walkways. This is not for everybody, right? This is for like, well, who knows, maybe it is, I don't know. It's like sometimes it blows me away that there are so many people that are like unpeeling this energy simultaneously, or like that they've already done like so much work in this process of like unpacking and unpeeling and understanding like the death and the birth and the rebirth process, right? That it's like the seed of creation, essentially, is what they're showing me. It's like literally the very beginning of like, oh, got it. Thank you. When you clear, or when you update this contract of the addicted personality of the staying cool, calm in adversity or in chaos, constantly going back to blind faith, and understanding that the divine is in fact working with you, for you, like it essentially it opens up to this explosion of like cohesive alignment between like particles, atoms, mass. It's like you essentially align with the in-between, and then you start shifting like your current reality, right? But you got to do this through solitude, and you've got to get the right code of stones to help amplify your vibration. I don't know, that's what they're saying. It's also kind of understanding and reiterating like you create your current reality. If you get up and go to work and you're like, God, I hate this person, I can't stand this person, da 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 da, right? And you go through this laundry list of this negative stuck energy, like then you're perpetuating that cycle. And so every time you see that person, you're like, ugh, I gotta see this person, oh man, right? And so like, why are you even living in that vibration? Because it's not allowing you to rebirth your next cycle. And so like, and maybe that's like the cognitive awareness of like where you used to live versus your new address, right? Like the high upbeat up tempo doesn't even, that part of you, because it exists, it is you, right? But you're just not living in the address of like in the low vibration, in the ho-hum, in the grind of the I wish it would be like this. And like, instead you're saying this is the way I wish it to be, right? And so through that shift in attributes of like light consciousness, of like auric field, right? Like you're then readjusting the way that you're interacting with people that you're coming across throughout your day. And you're doing it in like, not necessarily a worried way, but in a lighthearted way, in in an easy way, right? It's honoring the demons that you walk around with or that you've picked up with in this lifetime through addictions, right? And the truth is like, you don't have to walk with those energies. Those are attached energies through like the inhibition of like not owning or securing your space. And we all have that initially in our mental body, right? Because our thoughts are not our own thoughts. Our thoughts are things that are happening outside of us. And through awareness, through your time of you with you, it kind of comes back into being. And then this is how you're getting into the state of like this rebirthing phase where you are just your heart center, where you do find your center. Truth will be truth regardless of what takes place, right? 26 is relevant and 38. Something about 1040, 1050, 250, 210, 1002, 1010. Keep leaning into integrity and honesty as you're proceeding forward, as you're gaining clarity on your journey, right? Is there anything else that I need? This will be the last card. Thank you. Laser eyesight can spot the beauty in anyone or anything. Embrace your true weirdness. It's okay if you're not here to awake everybody. Let them experience a karmic life. So on that note, I hope that this found you well. If you would like a reading or a session, all the information is below. And until next time, be well. Know that part of your shift is marking these contracts complete so that you can step into the divine like paradigm that you're supposed to be operating out of. Yeah. All right. Ciao.